Good morning, it's 9 o'clock, we're ready to roll. Judge is ready, judge is here, let's go. So, milking yearlings enter the ring, to be followed by the summer junior 2-year-olds. In the milking yearling class, second goes to entry 632, Zach Guggenbeller with Isabel CAT Fantasia, and winning is entry 638, Damon Berkey with T Penny. Judge Carter.
Good morning. So excited to be back here at the Ohio State Fair this morning, and a tremendous way to start off the show here in the milk and yearling class. Only 2 exhibitors, but for me, a handy winner. Just a nice balanced, solid cow, fresh 6 weeks. She holds her milk so high in her rear udder attachment, and just so much venation and quality to her fore udder attachment. She uses that mammary system to go over the cow in second. The cow in second, she's a sharp dairy, clean-hided, open-ribbed individual. Just want to give her a little bit more height and width at the top of the rear udder to get her over the big bloomy fore udder, or big bloomy rear uddered cow in first. Congratulations, 2 fine young cows.
Thank you, Judge Carter. In the fall yearling and milk class, award sponsored by Ohio Holstein Association. Entry 638 was the winner of the class, Damon Berkey with T Penny. And entry 632 was second, Zach Guggenbeller with Isabel CAT Fantasia. Now showing our summer junior 2-year-olds. I'd like to introduce our judge again this morning, Mr. Tyler Carter of Greenville, Illinois. Tyler owns and operates Carter's Corner Dairy Farm alongside his father, Andy Carter. At Carter's Corner, they milk 100 cows, Holsteins, and Jerseys. Over the past 5 years, Tyler has owned and cared for several All-American and All-American nominations, most recently in 25 owning 3 red and white unanimous All-Americans. Tyler has judged state shows and state fairs. In our summer junior 2-year-old class, entry 738 is second, Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with Kerbale Pina Colada, and winning the class entry 642, Quiet Cove Holsteins with Quiet Cove Pazel Ambrosia. Judge Carter.
Now we're rolling. What a great class of summer 2-year-olds here. You can talk them a couple different ways. I'm going to talk them this way. The black cow in first, she's so pretty. She's square enough for me, and she'll wear your best udder today. And it's close. It is close. For me, second place, maybe a little fuller at the top, maybe a little more udder. But for a young cow, I think this udder in first is just what is so desirable. She shows me more openness to her rib today, first over second, and I prefer the tailhead setting on first over second. I will grant second to be a little more level on her udder floor. Very close placing. 2 tremendous young cows. Second over third for me. Cow in second, just a little fuller, a little higher, a little wider at the top of the rear udder. Also, I prefer the smoother blending forward attachment on her left side, second over third. The cow in third you admire. She's big ring cow. She's got so much presence, openness to her rib. She's square. She goes over the cow in fourth. I think she has a little bit more desirable setting to her rump today, a little square in her rump today. Taking nothing away from the big black cow coming out in fifth. Fifth over sixth, just show me more quality, texture to her mammary system today. Taking nothing away from the cow in sixth. Very square, black cow in her own right. But congratulations here. A tremendous class here in the summer 2-year-olds. Let's give these guys a big round of applause. That's a good one there.
Thank you, Judge Carter. In the summer junior 2-year-old class, the award sponsored by Don and Danette Simpson. In your programs, entry 640 was 6th, 641 was 4th, 642 was the winner of the class, Quiet Cove Holsteins with Quiet Cove Pazel Ambrosia. 643 was 3rd, 644 was scratched, 738 was second in the class, Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with Curbale Pina Colada, and entry 739 was 5th. Now showing our spring junior 2-year-olds. In the spring junior 2-year-old class, second goes to entry 646, Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with Haiti Detective Lonely, and winning the class entry 654, Vieira Dairy with West Audub Architect Sage, Judge Carter.
I tell you what, at 3 o'clock this morning when I was staring at the ceiling fan in the hotel, I was just picturing in my head how good the young cows could be. I couldn't wait, so excited. And boy, did they ever not let me down. Before I get started, let's give these guys a huge round of applause. These top-end cows are big league. It is splitting hair for me, first over second. The first cow is a tremendous dairy cow, dairy strength cow, tremendous mammary system cow. But for me today, first over second on the way she handles her rear legs. She's a little better in her pastern, a little better in her leg, a little more centrally located in her thorough placement. Taking nothing away from the cow in second, a tremendous, tremendous uddered cow. Her forwarder is welded right in. She's so dairy, she's so pretty. She goes over the cow in third, just showing me a little bit more at the top of the rear udder today, a little bit fuller in the top of the rear udder. I also prefer the way her rear teats are shaped a little more centrally than the really square, balanced cow coming out in third. The balanced cow in third, she's my kind of cow. She's square, she's the right kind. She goes over the cow in fourth today, just prefer her udder levelness to her udder floor. Taking nothing away from the cow in fourth, a tremendous cow, a beautifully fore-udder attached cow, beautiful rear udder. Just want to fix her udder floor to get her any higher in the class today. Fourth over fifth on that advantage in her fore-udder attachment. Just a little snugger up through her fore-udder today than the cow in fifth. But a tremendous, tremendous class here in the spring 2-year-olds. Let's give them one more big, big round of applause. That's a great, great class.
Placings in our spring junior 2-year-old class, the award sponsored by Linlore Holsteins. In your program's entry, 645 was fourth. 646 was second in the class, Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with Haiti Detective Lonely. 647 eighth, 648 seventh, 649 was scratched, 650 was third, 651 scratched, 652 fifth, 653 scratched, 654 was the winner of the class, Vieira Dairy with West Audub Architect Sage, and entry 740 was sixth. Now showing our winter senior 2-year-olds. Morning, sir. Thank you. Might have been the hardest time ever at the mic for me. No question about it. In our winter senior 2-year-old class, in second place is entry 655, Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with B&L Eye Candy Gia. And winning the class, entry 658, Plainfield Farms and Triple T with Plainfield Eye Candy Folly. Judge Carter.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd say we have another top tier class here in the winter 2-year-olds. And before I get started, let's direct our attention to these cows. This is a phenomenal group. Let's give them a big round of applause. This is great cows here, folks. The cow in first for me, she has so much dairy strength. She's the right kind. She's the modern kind. She's balanced in her frame. She blends so well in her parts. She has a very symmetrical udder. She's high, wide in her rear udder attachment, and that's what's going to put her over the cow in second today. The cow in second, I admire. She's the right kind. Full udder, welded right in. Just give the cow in first a little bit more at the top of the rear udder attachment today. A little bit more in bloom, I would say, first over second today. Second over third, a tremendous cow here in second. She's big ring present. She's open ribbed, good foot and legged cow. Just cleaner in her hock today than the very square cow in third. The cow in third has a tremendous square rear udder attachment. For me, she's getting around the ring just a little more nicely than the cow coming out in fifth. A little bit better in her pasture and a little steeper in her heel today than the cow in fifth. The cow in fifth, you truly admire her dairy qualities about her. She's dairy, she's long in her neck, she's square in her rump structure, and she goes over the cow in fifth today. She's cleaner in the bone of her hock today. Maybe just a little bit wider in that chest floor than the very good uddered cow in fifth. The cow in fifth, a bigger cow, but quite a good udder on that cow. That's a really good udder, folks. Congratulations, a tremendous class of winter 2-year-olds. Let's give another big one.
Thank you, Judge Carter. In the winter senior 2-year-old class, that award was sponsored by the Ohio Holstein Association. In your program, 655 was second, Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with B&L Eye Candy Gia. 656 and 657 were scratched, and 658 was the winner of the class, Plainfield Farms and Triple T with Plainfield Eye Candy Folly. Entry 659 was 8th, 660 was 4th, 661 9th, 662 6th, 663 was 3rd, and 664 7th, 665 was 5th. Now showing our fall senior 2-year-olds. In our fall senior 2-year-old class, in second place is entry 741, Plainfield Farms, with Miss P.F. Hirsch Has Diamonds, and winning the class entry 668, Quiet Cove, Wapa, Silver Mist, and Austin Tribovich, with Our Line, Eye Candy, Ariel. Judge Carter.
Again, another exceptional class here in the winter 2-year-old. I told the young man in fifth, that's how deep of water we are here. 60 more days, you could be 5 spots up. I don't know. This is a tremendous class, folks. Let's give these guys a big, big round of applause. These are high-quality cows here. For me, the cow in first, she wears the best udder today. She's got quite a mammary system. She's snug in her forudder attachment. When you get right behind her, you wonder, oh, yep, the rear udder's all the way to the top as well. And that's what she uses, that advantage in mammary system, to go over the cow in second. When you get behind them, she's just a little square, a little fuller at the top of the rear udder attachment. Taking nothing away from the cow in second. The cow in second, a tremendous dairy strength cow. She's so pretty in her lines. I will grant her to be a little bit cleaner up through her head and neck than the very, very good uddered cow coming out in first. Second over third, tremendous cow. I talked here at the black cow in second. For me today, just prefer the way she blends up through her front end. A little square up through her chest floor. I also prefer the way she blends a little more nicely from her neck to her shoulder and from her shoulder to her body wall. Taking nothing away from the cow in third. A recently fresh second calver here, quite a cow in her own right. Just needs 40 more days to fill out through that front end to get her any higher today. Third over fourth today, just prefer the top of the rear udder today on the cow in third. Just fuller, higher, wider at the top of the rear udder. Taking nothing away from the cow in fourth. The cow in fourth, a tremendous cow in her own right. Very dairy, balanced, square, shows up me a tremendous amount of dairy strength. Fourth over fifth today, just showing me more quality to her mammary system today, more vanation. Than the recently fresh cow in fifth. I briefly spoke about the cow in fifth earlier. I love that cow. Just four cows that are just more ready today than the cow in fifth. Congratulations. Let's give them one more big, big round of applause. That's a great class.
Thank you, Judge Carter. In our fall senior 2-year-old class, the award sponsored by Conrad Farms, 666 was fifth, 667 was fourth. 668 was the winner of the class, Quiet Cove, Wapa, Silver Mist, and Austin Tribovich, with AR Line, Eye Candy, Ariel. Entry 670 was third, 671 was sixth, and entry 741 was second, Plainfield Farms, with Miss P.F. Hirsch Has Diamonds. Now show our junior 3-year-old class. In the junior 3-year-old class, in second place is entry 742, Triple T Holsteins with Ms. Fanny's FaceTime. And winning is entry 216, Kiko Holsteins with Kiko Tattoo Terra 2189. Judge Carter.
Another tremendous class here in the junior 3-year-old class. For me, we have a handy winner. If you're not tuning in, we got a striking black cow. She demands your attention at all times. She excels in dairy strength, overall dairiness. I am giving the cow in second best udder. She holds her milk a little square at the top of the rear udder attachment. A little smoother blending in her forudder attachment. But first over second today, I just prefer the way she handles those rear legs. She's a little bit more desirable set to her rear legs. She just shows me more openness and dairiness to her frame. Taking nothing away from the recently fresh cow coming out in second, a cow that you just really admire her udder. You just want to clean her off to get her any higher in the class today. She goes over the cow in third. She's just a little higher, a little fuller at the top of the rear udder attachment. Taking nothing away from the cow in third. She's very dairy cow, open rib cow. Just want to get her a little fuller at the top of the rear udder to get her any higher today. Third over fourth for me, just more texture and quality to her udder, more desirable shape to her forudder attachment, a little smoother blending to her forudder attachment. Fourth over fifth, a little bit neater at the top of the rear udder attachment. Also, just a little cleaner up through her head and neck, a little bit more openness to her rib setting. But a tremendous class of junior 3-year-olds. Let's give them a big round of applause. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Carter. In the junior 3-year-old class, the award sponsored by White Light Holsteins, the Menzie family. Entry 672 was third, 673 was scratched, 674 was fifth, 675 was scratched, 676 was fourth, 742 was second, Triple T Holsteins with Ms. Fanny's FaceTime, 743 was sixth, and added entry 216 was the winner of the class, Kiko Holsteins with Kiko Tattoo Terra 2189. Now showing our senior 3-year-old Holsteins. In our senior 3-year-old class, second is entry 677, Lillian Elsaw and James Nipel with Wapsie, Elana St. Liquor, and winning the class entry 744, Dobreiner, Bowen, Conroy, and Bill Lund with Miley Challenger Beth. Judge Carter.
Yet again, another tremendous class here in the senior 3-year-old class, but for me, we have a handy winner. We have a cow that when she's coming at you, she's a Mack truck. She's so square, she's so balanced in her frame, and I haven't even spoke about the best part of her, and that's her mammary system. She holds her milk so high and wide to rear udder attachment, showing so much quality to her udder. Second over third for me, it's on that mammary system, just showing me more quality. She's longer up to her forudder attachment. She's holding her milk higher in her rear udder attachment. Taking nothing away from the white, very balanced, square cow in second. The cow in second, it's hard to pick on her. She's a very complete cow. She goes over the cow in third, just a little bit more balance in her frame for me. I just think she blends a little bit more nicely from her neck to her shoulder and from her shoulder to her body wall. And she's also just a little bit wider up through that chest floor. Taking nothing away from the cow in third. The cow in third's got a very, very welded on udder. She goes over the cow in fourth for me today, just wider through that chest floor. She's also holding her milk higher at the top of the rear udder. Taking nothing away from the cow in fourth today. The cow in fourth, a very good cow in her own right. Giving the young lady on the halter just a little bit of issues, but she's a good cow in her own right. She's a dairy frame cow. She goes over the cow in fifth. She's just more in shape today. She's cleaner up through that head and neck. She's more chiseled down her top line, but not taking nothing away from the cow in fifth. A tremendous, tremendous class here in the senior 3-year-old class. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Carter. In our senior 3-year-old class, the award sponsored by Windmere Farm, Jim and Nancy Kemp. Entry 677 was second in the class. Lillian Elsaw and James Nipel with Wapsiana St. Liqueur. Entry 678 was scratched. 679 was third. 680 was scratched. 681 fifth. 682 fourth. And 774 was the winner of the class. Dobreiner, Bowen, Conroy, and Bill Lund with Miley Challenger Beth. Now showing for intermediate champion of our Holstein show. The Ohio Junior Holstein Association is selling raffle tickets. Sarah Thomas has them. She is here by me. Come and see her. If you would like to buy a $5 raffle ticket to support the Junior Holstein Association, they're giving away a photo session, tools, jackets, all kinds of good stuff, gift baskets, gift certificates. So come and see Sarah and help out the Ohio Junior Holstein Association. Showing for intermediate champion of our Holstein show from the milking yearling class. First was entry 638, Damon Berkey with T Penny. And then second was Zach Guggenbiller with Isabel CAT Fantasia. From the summer 2-year-old class, first was Quiet Cove Holsteins with Quiet Cove Pazel Ambrosia, and second was Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with Kerbale Pina Colada. From the spring junior 2-year-old class, first was Vieira Dairy with West Aldub Architect Sage, and second was Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with Haiti Detective Lonely. From the winter senior 2-year-old class, first was Plainfield Farms and Triple T with Plainfield Eye Candy Folly, and second was Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with B&L Eye Candy Gia. From the fall senior 2-year-old class, first was Quiet Cove, Silver Mist, Wapa, and Austin Tribovich with AR Line Eye Candy Ariel, and second was Plainfield Farms with Miss P.F. Hirsch Has Diamonds. And from the futurity last night, first was Riley Doria with Stanmardale Quinley, and second was Jacob Borchers with Etkinway D. Lambda Wicked. From the junior 3-year-old class, first was Kiko Holsteins with Kiko Tattoo Terra 2189, and second was Triple T Holsteins with Ms. Fanny's FaceTime. And from the senior 3-year-old class, first was Dobrunner Bowen Conroy and Bill Lund with Miley Challenger Beth, and second was Lillian Elsall and James Nipel with Wapsie Elana St. Lacour.
The Red and White Holstein Show has now begun. Our summer junior 2-year-old is in the ring. Please have your junior 2-year-olds at ringside. They'll be entering through the center of the ring. Junior 2-year-olds to ringside. First place in our summer junior 2-year-old class for our Red and White show goes to Velvet View Repent Red ET exhibited by Velvet View Farms. Judge Lloyd, your reasons.
Well, glad to be back today for our red cows, and just one red summer 2-year-old out here to start off your red show, but a beautiful dairy frame cow, a cow that's got lots of balance and a tremendous mammary system. Congratulations.
Placings in our summer junior 2-year-old, entry 302 was our winning entry for Velvet View Farms with Velvet View Repent Ready Tea. Junior 2-year-olds, please enter the ring. Please have your senior 2-year-olds at ringside. In my purse, I have a big black marker. Julie, do you need a marker? Okay. Clay was second.
Well, here we are. If you haven't tuned in, now would be a good time to do it. I have 5 young cows pulled out here for intermediate champion, and they're my kind. They're square, balanced cows with crazy good udders. I would say the state of Ohio is very, very well represented with this group. Taking nothing away from the cows I put on the rail. We had the fraternity winners from last night, other cows that won their classes. It was a great, great group of cows all the way through. Let's give all these guys a big, big round of applause. This is an unbelievable young cow show. I'm so honored to be here judging these cows. It's like a dream come true. There's so many breeders and exhibitors that I look up to here, people I call friends. I kept my biases aside here with these young cows and placed them the way I seen them today. I'm going to go out and select your intermediate champion, reserve, and honorable mention. I'll come say a few things about them afterwards. Before I do that, let's thank the breeders again, the exhibitors, the fitters. We got some of the best fitters I see in the world stand on the sideline. These cows look amazing. Let's give them one big, big round of applause. Man, these cows are so good. It makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. I mean, just a tremendous group here. I'm so proud of this group here. I love them. But for me today, it's close. Hear me out. It is close. The cow for intermediate champion, she wears the best udder. She holds her milk so high at the top of the rear udder attachment. I prefer the shape at the top of the rear udder attachment over your reserve. I will grant reserve to be a little deeper in her heel, a little stronger in her pastern. Reserve over honorable mention, she's just more ready today. She's cleaner up through her head and neck. She's more chiseled all the way through her frame. Taking nothing away from the honorable mention, that cow's got a crazy good rear udder with a welded on fore udder. What a group for intermediate, reserve, and honorable mention. Let's give them one big one. This is the 2026 Ohio State Fair, and these cows are unbelievable.
Thank you, Judge Carter. The Intermediate Champion Award, sponsored by Pure Animal Nutrition, goes to the winning senior 3-year-old owned by Dobriner, Bowen, Conroy, and Bill Lund, is Miley Challenger Beth. Congratulations. Reserve Intermediate Champion is the Spring Junior 2-year-old. That award is sponsored by Twining Farms and goes to Vieira Dairy with West Aldub Architects Sage. And honorable mention goes to the Fall Senior 2-year-old owned by Quiet Cove, Wapaw, Silver Mist, and Austin Trubovich, AR Line, Eye Candy, Ariel. Congratulations to all. We will now show our 4-year-old Holstein cows.
Turning your attention back to the red and white show, our judge this morning is Jason Lloyd. He is a partner in Maple Downs Farm 2 in Middleburg, New York, which he operates along with his wife, Lexi. Breeding Holsteins under the Maple Downs prefix, they have seen much show ring success and bred several All-Americans and over 130 excellent cows. Jason has also been involved in several successful partnerships. Most notably, he was part of the partnership that developed the MD Delight Durham Atlee cow family and bred the popular show-winning sire Maple Downs IGW Atwood ET. Jason and Lexi keep busy on the farm, milking 125 registered Holsteins, as well as tending to boarding show cattle of 6 different breeds. They also run a successful show care program that has produced several All-American nominations. In addition to the farm, they work 1,000 acres of cropland and do another 2,000 acres of custom work. Jason is actively involved in the New York Holstein Association and is a member of the National Holstein Association Show Committee. Please give a warm welcome to our judge, Jason Lloyd. Second place in our junior 2-year-old class goes to entry 305 for Mosier and Van Heetsma with Golden Oaks 2 Afro Red ET. And our class winner, number 304, exhibited by Lily Elsaw, Quiet Cove Doral Milky Red. Judge Lloyd, your reasons.
Really nice class of spring 2-year-olds here in the Red Show from top to bottom. But for me, a handy winner, a cow that just excels on the way she flows around a ring. Just a beautiful foot and leg cow. And furthermore, for me, today she has the best mammary system in the class, the youthful spring 2-year-old mammary system, and giving her advantage of being more snug about that fore udder, blending in the wall, taking nothing away from this tremendous rear udder cow coming out in second. Cow in second over the cow in third on the mammary system. I prefer the length from forward teats to rear. I prefer the spread of the teat placement over the beautiful young cow we have coming out in third. Third, a young cow, a cow that I just love the balance of the cow, just a beautiful foot and leg. Give her the advantage of having more, of being better mobility over the cow in second. Just like to get her a little higher about that rear udder to get any higher. But third over fourth, just the cleanliness throughout. She's cleaned her down through that hot region, up through that neck region, just more dairy throughout. Fourth over fifth, just on that height and width of rear udder. Congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Judge Lloyd. Results in our red and white junior 2-year-old class, reading down your program, 303 fifth. 304 was our winning entry for Lily Elsaw with Quiet Cove Doral Milky Red. 305 was second for Mosier and Van Heetsma with Golden Oaks 2 Afro Red ET. 306 fourth. 307 third. 332 sixth. Now entering the ring, our senior 2-year-olds. Please have your junior 3-year-olds ringside. In our senior two-year-old class for the Red and Whites, second to entry 310 for Stanmardale Express with Express SMD Nalani Red. And our winning entry 311, Triple T, TNL, and Robella Holsteins with Ron Lean, Alpha, Leah.
Over here in your senior twos of the Reds, just two, but for me, just a handy winner if this young man wants to pull her around here. Just so much balance of this cow, just a beautiful foot and leg. Give her the advantage over the cow in second, just so much more height and width about that rear udder and just giving her more venation. Taking nothing away from the cow in second. Again, a really nice dairy cow, a long frame cow with a beautiful foot and leg. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Lloyd. Again, placings in your catalog. 309 was a scratch. 310 was second for Stanmardale Express with Express SMD Nalani Red. And our winning entry 311, Triple T, TNL, and Robella Holsteins with Ron Lean, Alpha, Leah. Junior 3-year-olds are now entering the ring. Please have your senior 3-year-olds at ringside. Intermediate champion will follow the senior 3-year-olds.
Well, then say something to headings.
Red and white exhibitors, are you listening? We are ready for junior 3-year-olds in the red and white show. Junior 3-year-olds, red and white, are in the ring. There are only 3 or 4. There are only 2 senior 3-year-olds. There's only 1 4-year-old. There's only 2 5-year-olds. Bring your red and white cows to ringside.
In the red and white ring, while we wait for those junior 3-year-olds to enter the ring, I'd like to announce our class sponsors and thank them for their contributions to the show. Class sponsors include Crimson Lane Farms, Golden Links Microbials, Charlie Gleisner, Oakvale Farm, Topview Farm, Miley Holsteins, the Davenport family, Macabob Farm, Triple T Holsteins, Hudson Farms, Willow Ray Farm, Jandy K Farm, Wabash Way Farm, Ackley Holsteins, Spring Long Acres, Richmond Farm, ST Genetics, Caldell Farm, and Steinway Farm. Again, thank you to these class sponsors who make this show awards possible.
In the 4-year-old class of our Holstein show, second goes to entry 689 Vieira Dairy with Tara Linda Parf 11397, and winning the class T&I Cattle and Triple T Holsteins entry 687 Frickison's Sidekick Licenza. Judge Carter.
Another tremendous class here in the 4-year-old class. I really like it when the kind of cows that I'm looking for are in the class, and then they're the best ones in the class, I should say. And this cow here in first, she's the epitome of balance. She's so square. She's not big. I don't want them big. And she takes her squareness from her front end, from her muzzle, and takes it all the way back to her hips and into her pin setting. She's such a square-framed cow. And I haven't even talked about the best part of her mammary system. She has a long, welded-on forudder attachment, and she's so square in her rear udder attachment. She goes over the cow in second today. Just prefer the length of her forudder attachment today. It's a little smoother blending than the silky hided black cow coming out in second. Second over third for me, she's just more balanced cow. I just prefer her overall size and scale, second over third. I also prefer the feet and legs on the cow in second over third. Just a little bit more a little bit more desirable setting to her hock today. Taking nothing away from the big striking cow in third. The striking cow in third, she really catches your eye. She goes over the cow in fourth today. Just showing me more quality to her udder. A little bit more venation today. A little higher and wider in her rear udder attachment. Fourth over fifth today. Just prefer the openness of the rib. She's cleaner through her rib setting. She's also shows me she's cleaner up through her head and neck as well. But congratulations, a tremendous class of 4-year-olds here. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Carter. In our 4-year-old class, the award sponsored by Weichland Farms. Entry 683 was third, 684 sixth, 685 was fifth, 686 was scratched, 687 was the winner of the class, T&I Cattle and Triple T Holsteins, Frickison's Sidekick Licenza. 688 was scratched, 689 was second in the class, Vieira Dairy, Tara Linda Perfect 11397, and entry 690 was fourth. Now showing our 5-year-old Holstein cows.
Winning our junior 3-year-old class in the red and white show goes to entry 314 for Plainfield Farms, Plainfield, Alst, Ferrari, Red. Judge Lloyd, your reasons.
Two really nice cows in the junior 3-year-old class. I give the advantage to the cow in first, being she's just a dairy cow throughout. She's cleaner down through that hock region, up through the front end. I also prefer the pitch of her rump structure over the cow coming out in second. Cow in second, just a tremendous mammary system cow. Cow's got a beautiful width and her rear udder, height and width of her rear udder, and a tremendous dairy cow in her own right. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Lloyd. In our junior 3-year-old class for our red and whites, entry 312 was second for Lane Francis with Lucky Tango Azalea Red ET. 313 was scratched. 314 was your winning entry for Plainfield Farms, Plainfield Alst Ferrari Red, and 333 was also scratched. Entering the ring are our senior 3-year-olds, which will be followed by intermediate champion. So first and second from our young cow classes, please be at ringside. Intermediate champion will follow this senior 3-year-old class. Results in our senior 3-year-old class: second to Brindley Randall with Stamardale Qatar Red, and our winning entry, number 315, Hodgland's Swingman Lust for Hannah Freilich.
Two really nice cows on our senior 3-year-old, but a handy winner for me. Just a tremendous dairy frame cow. Cow that's got a tremendous mammary system as well. She uses that openness to her frame, the dairiness throughout, the length from head to tail to get her over. Another beautiful uddered cow coming out in second. Young lady in second with the red cow. A tremendous uddered cow in her own right. Two really nice cows. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Lloyd. In your show program, number 315 was our winning entry for Hannah Freilich, Hodgland's Swingman Lust. 316 was second for Brindley Randall with Stanmardale Qatar Red. At this time, the entrants for our intermediate champion will be walking into the ring. Contenders include our winning summer junior 2-year-old from Velvet View Farms, Velvet View Repent Red ET. Coming from our junior 2-year-old class, winning entry, Lily Elsaw with Quiet Cove Doral Milky Red. Second to Mosier and Van Heetsma with Golden Oaks 2 Afro Red. In our senior 2-year-old class, the winning entry exhibited by Triple T, T&L, and Robella Holsteins, Ron Lee Alpha Leah. Our second senior 2-year-old was exhibited by Stan Mardale Express with Express SMD Neilani Red. Our junior 3-year-old winning entry was from Plainfield Farms with Plainfield Alst Ferrari Red. The second junior 3-year-old exhibited by Lane Francis, Lucky Tango Azalea Red ET. And from the class that just completed, our senior 3-year-old winning entry was exhibited by Hannah Freilich with Hodgland's Swingman Lust, and second to Brinley Randall with Stan Mardale Qatar Red. These are the contenders for intermediate champion of our red and white show.
In the 5-year-old class for our Holstein show, second goes to entry 696, Colton Kendall and Cameron Thomas and Eli Cummings with TTT side piece. And winning the class is entry 692, Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with Sweetview Alligator Hysteria. Judge Carter.
Another tremendous class here. But for me, a handy winner. A cow that when she walks in, she spells, look at me. She says, look at me. She's so long in her frame, then you get to her udder, and her udder is welded on. She goes over the cow in second. She's just a little longer in her frame, a little wider in her rear udder attachment. Taking nothing away from the cow in second. The cow in second's the kind of cow I've been looking for all day. Square cut cows, balanced cows. She's a great cow in her own right. She goes over the cow in third, just a little bit square up through that chest floor, and she takes that width and she takes it all the way back to her hips. Cow in third, a tremendous uddered cow. Black, silky hided cow. Just want to widen her out in her chest to get her any higher today. Third over fourth, to show me more texture, quality, veination to the mammary system today. Taking nothing away from the cow in fourth. She's a very balanced cow in her own right. Fourth over fifth, just the way she gets around on those rear legs. She's cleaner in her hock. She's cleaner in her head and neck. She's cleaner in her hide all the way through. But a tremendous, tremendous class here. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Carter. In the 5-year-old class, the award sponsored by Spring Longacre Farms. In your program, 691 was scratched. 692 was the winner of the class, Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with Sweet View Alligator Hysteria. 693 was fifth, 694 was sixth, 695 was fourth, and 696 was the winner of the class, Colton Kendall and Cameron Thomas and Eli Cummings with T Triple T TC Side Piece. And entry 697 was third. Now showing our aged Holstein cows.
Judge Lloyd will now be announcing his intermediate champion of the Red and White Show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, not a huge red cow show this morning, but a super quality show, and 4 cows that make me happy to pull out. Let's give these guys a round of applause for a great group of cows. Taking nothing away from the ones I didn't pull out. I had talked to these guys, but I pulled out your first prize summer 2-year-old, a cow that's got tremendous balance to her. Maybe like to see a little bit more quality to her udder, but just a beautiful framed heifer with a tremendous set of feet and legs. And our first prize junior 2-year-old, a heifer with just a tremendous mammary system, a cow that walks around the ring so freely. Again, maybe some time, give her some middle, a little bit more chest to her, but she's a young cow with a tremendous foot and leg, tremendous mammary system, so those cows last a long time. And then our senior 2-year-old, a cow with so much balance, a cow that's got a tremendous mammary system in her own right. And then our first prize senior 3-year-old, a cow so long in her frame. She's got that tremendous dairy frame, beautiful foot and leg to her. Just a tremendous mammary. I'll go out, select your intermediate champion, reserve, and honorable mention in that order. Tremendous cows. Again, not a big show, but I think as a breeder and exhibitor, we learn to take out the cows that need to be here, and every cow in the ring deserves to be here. But for me, this senior 2-year-old, it's our kind, a cow that just so balanced, perfect pitch to her rump, love the width of her chest, just a tremendous mammary system. It is the width of her chest, the depth of rib, that takes her over this youthful spring 2-year-old. And a little closer for reserve for me. I went with the cow. The cow's just so much more balanced than her rear udder. She's got a youthful mammary system. I'd like to maybe deepen her out just a touch, but she's a young 2-year-old the way they're supposed to look. Cow with a tremendous set of feet and legs. So 3 tremendous cows, tremendous young red cow show. Again, let's put our hands together for these red breeders and exhibitors.
Judge Lloyd has selected as intermediate champion as entry number 311, exhibited by Triple T, T&L, and Robella Holsteins, Ron Lee Alpha Leah. She was our winning senior 2-year-old. The reserve intermediate champion came from our junior 2-year-old class, exhibited by Lily Elsaw, Quiet Cove Doral Milky Red. An honorable mention intermediate champion went to the senior 3-year-old, exhibited by Hannah Freilich, Hodgland Swingman Lust. The next class in the ring will be our red and white 4-year-olds. We have 1 entry, so please have your 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, and aged cows at ringside. The classes are quite small.
In the age cow class of our Holstein show, entry 699 is second. Top View Farms with Ballweg Delta Lambda 904, and winning the class entry 745, Dobrunner, Bowen, Conroy, RNF Livestock, and Walker with Jeffrey Way, Hard Rock Twigs. Judge Carter.
Only 3 cows here in the age cow class, but a cow that's in a league of her own here. She's a Mack truck coming at you. She's so square all the way through. She's so dairy. She's so pretty. You just admire the cow going around the ring. She's quite a cow. And she's on the money today. She goes over the cow in second on her advantage and mammary system. She's snugger in her forudder, higher, wider in her rear udder attachment. Taking nothing away from the dairy cow coming out in second. A nice cow in her own right. She goes over the cow in third, just more level over her top line today. Taking nothing away from the very dairy, silky-hided cow coming out in third. Congratulations on a tremendous class of age cows.
In our age cow class, the award sponsored by Baker's Acres in your programs. 698 was scratch, 699 was second. Top View with Ballweg Delta Lambda 904. 700 was third. 745 was the winner of the class. Dobrunner, Bowen, Conroy, RNF Livestock, and Walker with Jeffrey Way, Hard Rock Twigs. And the next 3 were scratched. We're now showing our production Holstein cow. In our production class, the winner is 701 Charlie Henry with Buckleaf KB Easy A 3745. Judge Carter.
Only one cow here in the production class, but a cow you could truly admire. She's a dairy cow. She's had 5 calves, recently fresh, but a cow that just walks around on a great set of feet and legs for the amount of milk that's went through that udder. A truly phenomenal cow. Congratulations.
In our production class, the award sponsored by Ben Ali Holsteins goes to entry 701 Charlie Henry, Buckleaf KB Easy A 3745. We will show for senior champion of our Holstein show.
Attention red and white exhibitors, we have some small classes for our 4, 5, and age cow class. So if you had a intermediate champion, reserve intermediate champion, be prepared to come back to the ring shortly. Judge Lloyd has placed his 4-year-old. Entry 317, Top View Red Eye Tia Red is your winning entry for Top View. Judge Lloyd, your reasons.
Just one 4-year-old out here to start in the class, but a cow, again, tremendous frame cow, a cow that walks on a beautiful set of feet and legs. She's fresh, a couple weeks with her 3rd calf. Love the veination and quality of her mammary system. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Lloyd. In our 4-year-old class, entry 317 was first for Top View. Top View Red Eye Tia Red. Our 5-year-olds are now entering the ring. Please have those aged cows at ringside. And then we will follow with senior champion.
Showing for senior champion of our Holstein show from the 4-year-old class. First was T&I Cattle and Triple T Holsteins with Frickeson's sidekick Licenza. And second was Vieira Dairy with Terralinda Parf 11397. From the 5-year-old class, first was Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with Sweetview Alligator Hysteria. And second was Colton Kendall and Cameron Thomas and Eli Cummings with T Triple T TC Side Piece. And from the age cow class, first was Dobriner, Bowen, Conroy, RNF Livestock and Walker with Jeffrey Way Hard Rock Twigs. And second was Top View with Ballweg Delta Lambda 904. And from the production class was Charlie Henry with Buckleaf KB Easy A 3745.
George Lloyd has completed his 5-year-old red and white class, winning entry 319 for Nevin and Brenda Lamoureux, Herb Acres, April and Red ET. Second to Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with La Four Star, Trudy Unstoppable. Judge Lloyd, your reasons.
Two 5-year-olds out here and two completely different cows. And the cow I started with, maybe a little heavier bone than what I usually go with, but she's just got such a tremendous mammary system. Cow that blends about that 4 udder. Give her advantage of being a little longer from front to rear teats. I also give her advantage of being higher and wider about the rear udder. Furthermore, I give her advantage when you view them from the front, just having so much power about that chest and front end. Taking nothing away from this tremendous lean individual coming out in second. I do give her a great advantage being a little thinner hided, a little cleaner down through that bone of her leg. Two tremendous individuals. Congratulations.
If you're marking in your catalog, in our red and white 5-year-old class, entry 318 was second for Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring with La Four Star, Trudy Unstoppable. In our winning entry number 319 for Nevin and Brenda Lamoureux, Herb Acres, Abrelin, Red ET. Our aged cows are now entering the ring. They will be followed by our senior champion selection.
Man, do I love good old cows. Taking nothing away from the cows we pulled to the rail, but these 3 cows are phenomenal. They're square cows, they're balanced cows, they're dairy cows. They're phenomenal cows. In a minute, I'm going to go select your senior champion, reserve, and honorable mention, and I'll come say a few things about them. Before I get to that, I'd like to once again thank the Ohio State Fair for having me here. It's an honor to be here. It's been a phenomenal, phenomenal cow show, and I'm blown away. Let's give these exhibitors, breeders, fitters again, let's give them one big round of applause. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal cow show here. I've been talking square cows, balanced cows, good uddered cows for the whole day. And this cow here, fresh 16 months, she's so striking. She demands your attention at all times. Senior champion, over reserve, she's longer. She's showing me more openness to her rib. She's a little bit better in her hock today. I truly admire the cow in reserve, the reserve cow. She's so balanced. She's the modern kind. She's square in her frame. She's square in her chest. For me, she's squarer than the honorable mention up through her chest floor, and I think she's more ideal framed today. Taking nothing away from the honorable mention cow. She's a tremendous, tremendous cow. That's the way I see them today. Congratulations. Let's give these guys one more big, big round of applause. It's a great group of cows here.
Senior champion of the Holstein show is the winning age cow owned by Dobriner, Bowen, Conroy, Arnoff Livestock, and Walker. Jeffrey Way, Hard Rock Twigs. Reserve senior champion is the 4-year-old owned by T&I Cattle and Triple T Holsteins. Frickerson Sidekick Licenza. An honorable mention to the 5-year-old owned by Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring. Sweetview Alligator Hysteria. Congratulations.
Judge Lloyd has completed his age cow class. Our winning entry for Lane Francis is Lucky Russ PP Astro Red. Your reasons?
Just 2 age cows out here. Both had 5 calves. Tremendous dairy cows in her own right. I give the advantage to the cow in first, just on that overall mammary system. She's more level on the udder floor, giving her advantage, being higher and wider about the rear udder. Taking nothing away from this long dairy frame cow coming out in second. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Lloyd. Official placings in our age cow class in the red show. Lane Francis, entry 320 was our winning entry. Lucky Russ PP Astro Red ET. Entry 321 was second for Stan Marldale Express with Express SMD Nikia Red. Now entering the ring are the contenders for senior champion. They include our winning 4-year-old, exhibited by Top View. She's Top View Red Eye Tia Red. From our 5-year-old class, the winning entry, Herb Acres April Lynn Red ET, exhibited by Nevin and Brenda Lamoureux. Second in that 5-year-old class is La Four Star Trudy Unstoppable, exhibited by Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring. And in our age cow class, the winning entry from Lane Francis, Lucky Russ PP Astro Red ET. And second aged cow went to Stan Mardale Express with Express SMD Nikia Red. Following the selection of our senior and reserve senior champion, we'll move into grand champions. So if we could have our intermediate champions at ringside, that will follow the selection of senior champion.
Showing for grand champion of our Holstein show is the intermediate champion and senior 3-year-old Miley Challenger Beth, owned by Dobrunner, Bowen, Conroy, and Bill Lund. Reserve intermediate champion was West Dub Architect Sage, owned by Viera Dairy. The senior champions in the ring was the winning age cow, owned by Dobrunner, Bowen, Conroy, Arnuff, Livestock, and Walker, Jeffrey Way, Hard Rock, Twigs. And the reserve senior champion was the 4-year-old cow of TNI Cattle and Triple T Holsteins, Frickerson's Sidekick Lazenza.
It's been a tremendous, tremendous cow show. Kind of almost lost at words. You kind of think about what you're going to say before you get here, then these cows, they make you numb. They're so good. The young cows are so good. The old cows are so good. I'm so honored to be here. I appreciate the breeders, exhibitors, everybody who had a part in getting me here. It's an opportunity I don't take for granted. I'd like to thank the Ohio State Fair. They've treated my wife and my daughter and I with first class. Everything's been so smooth. Before I go out and select your grand, reserve, and honorable mention, let's give a big, big round of applause to all the breeders, exhibitors, fitters, the staff at Ohio State Fair. It's been a tremendous, tremendous show. These senior champions are too good. They're square with really, really good udders. I talked about senior champion over reserve. I'll say reserve over honorable mention today for me. I just prefer the set to the leg, the strength to her heel, the strength to her pastern over the honorable mention. But three tremendous, tremendous cows. The state of Ohio is so well represented. This has been an outstanding show. Let's give them one more big, big round of applause. It's been a tremendous show. Congratulations to your winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Carter. Grand champion of your Ohio State Fair Holstein show is the senior champion in aged cow, Jeffrey Way Hard Rock Twigs, owned by Dobrunner, Bowen, Conroy, Arneff, Livestock, and Walker. Congratulations. Reserve grand champion is also the reserve senior and 4-year-old Frickerson Sidekick Licenza, owned by T&I Cattle and Triple T Holsteins, with honorable mention going to the intermediate champion Molly Challenger Beth, owned by Dobrunner, Bowen, Conroy, and Bill Lund. Congratulations to all.
Over here in the red ring, just 5 individuals for the selection of senior champion, but 5 tremendous, tremendous individuals in their own right. Again, in the red ring, they deserve a big round of applause for the breeders and exhibitors. I'm going to go out, select your senior champion, reserve, and honorable mention in that order, and then I'll come back and give my reasons. I said in class, maybe a touch heavy in her bone of her leg, but the rest of her is so good. She's long, lean, tremendous, tremendous memory system. Giving her advantage of her pitch to her rump over the old cow. She's more full about that rear udder today. Furthermore, I give her an advantage of being blended more about the fore udder than the aged cow today. Aged cow close over the second prize 5-year-old that I made honorable mention. Just so much more width of the front end for me. A cow, I just got so much drop to that front rib structure. She's got more width between the front legs than a second prize 5-year-old. But 3 tremendous individuals. Congratulations on the red senior champions. Let's put our hands together one more time.
Your winning senior champion is Herb Acres April Lynn Red ET, exhibited by Nevin and Brenda Lamoureux. She came from our 5-year-old class. The reserve senior champion is our aged cow winner, Lucky Russ PP Astro Red ET for Lane Francis. And honorable mention senior champion was the second prize 5-year-old for Jay Ackley and Jim and Val Spring, La Four Star Trudy Unstoppable. Once photos conclude from our senior champion, we will move into grand champion. We'll need the intermediate champions from earlier to join our senior champions for the selection of overall grand champion.
Several awards that I missed the sponsors for in our show. Crimson Lane Farms, Thorbon family sponsored senior champion, Mary Lou Toppin family. Reserve senior champion grand was sponsored by Holstein USA, and reserve grand by Express Show Cattle.
Attention in the barns, if you have any group classes for the red and white show, please bring those to ringside. Group classes for the red and white show.
At this time, I'd like to announce a couple more awards in our Holstein ring. The premier exhibitor of the 2025 Ohio State Fair is Ackley and Spring. Congratulations to them. Premier breeder of our 2025 Ohio State Fair Holstein show goes to Kiko Holsteins. Congratulations.
First of all, I'd like to start again by, like Tyler said, Ohio State Fair. Thanks for having us both out. We had a beautiful hotel. My wife came with me, Lexi. Got done early enough. We played 9 holes of golf. We got to enjoy a little bit of Ohio yesterday. But taking nothing away from this show, the facility, tremendous black show. Not a lot of reds, but at the my heifer champions, the champion, all the cows I saw today, just tremendous, tremendous individuals. Takes a lot of work to do this. Let's put our hands together for the families at home, the breeders, the exhibitors, the show staff. Let's put your hands together for everyone involved. We have our 2 intermediate champions and our 2 senior champions. I'll go out at this time and select your grand champion of the show, your reserve, and your honorable mention in that order, and then I'll come back and give my reasons for what I've done.
Our best 3 females in the Holstein ring goes to Kiko Holsteins. Congratulations.
Man, if coming from a guy that, or both of us, that milk cows for a living, I hate to take away from cows that's had multiple calves. But this young cow, and what we're looking for in today's world, the epitome of dairiness, the perfect size. Today, I give her the advantage of having more quality about that mammary system. The 5-year-old may be losing a little bit of quality on the bottom of that udder, especially on the left side. Give her advantage of preferring the size and shape of the teat a little over the 5-year-old cow, taking nothing away from this 5-year-old cow. Just a tremendous cow to have as your reserve grand champion cow that's so long in her frame, a cow that works all the time. 4 calves, cow that gets up and down every day. You can tell, cows that I love. And honorable mention, this old cow, another cow, 5 calves. Just, like I said, not a huge red show. Tremendous individuals for grand champion. Thanks again for allowing me to be here to judge your show. And thanks to my ring man. Always a pleasure when you got a good ring man. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Lloyd, for placing our red and white show this year. Your grand champion was the winning senior 2-year-old exhibited by Triple T, TNL, and Robella Holsteins. She is Ron Lee Alpha Leah. Our reserve grand champion was our winning 5-year-old and our senior champion. She is owned by Nevin and Brenda Lamoureux, and his Acres, April Lynn Red ET. And our honorable mention grand champion came from our Age Cow class, exhibited by Lane Francis, Lucky Russ PP Astro Red ET. Following photos, we will have the best 3 females and then the announcement of the premier breeder and exhibitor. Thanks again to Judge Lloyd. If we have any red and white produce of dams, please come to the center of the ring and set up your group classes, produce of dam. Then we'll follow that with dam and daughter. If we have any produce of dams, please bring those to the center of the ring. Produce of dam. Seeing no produce of dam, please bring your dam and daughter to the center of the ring. We have a few entries for dam and daughter.
Just one group here for produce, and they brought. They were a little late to the party. They were supposed to be here for champion, but we got our reserve junior champion and our honorable mention are both sisters. What a group of calves! Well deserving of a blue ribbon. Congratulations.
Our winning produce of Dam is exhibited by Ackley and Spring. Dam and Daughter, please set up your entries for Dam and Daughter. As Judge Lloyd evaluates our Dam and Daughter, at this time I would like to announce the premier breeder and premier exhibitor of the Ohio State Fair Red and White Show is Stan Mardale Express. Congratulations.